Hello everyone and welcome back to Law Statistics. Today's presentation is based on directive principles of state policy. So let's proceed towards the presentation. Directive principles have been seen as articles which envisage the future economic order to be of a certain kind. One might say that they assist in developing the future economic policy of the country. Article 36 to Article 51 talks about the directive principles of state policy and are defined under Part 4 of the Indian Constitution. While formulating the Constitution, the framers distinguish between positive and negative applications of the state. Social security, being an important goal of a welfare state, they have been enshrined as under Article 45 after the 86th Amendment created a definitive state obligation to provide early childhood care and education till the age of 6. This led to an alteration in Article 21A of the Constitution guaranteeing the right to education of children between 6 to 14 years of age. Future economic order. Highest importance among directive principles have been accorded to Articles 38 and 39. 38 Clause 1 provides for creation of a social order that is just and equitable, whereas Article 39 says much change has been effectuated in this article through 42nd Amendment, Constitutional Amendment. As a general goal, it obligates the state to maintain a social order for the welfare of the people. Policy statement. Some important policy guidelines under Article 44, separation of judiciary from the executive. Article 50, promotion of internal peace and security. Article 51, fostering respect for international law and treaty and obligation. Article 51. Humanization of labor conditions, human conditions and maternity leaves. Article 42. A living wage of worker. Article 43. Participation of workers in management of industries. Article 43A. Public health, nutrition, and animal husbandry. Raise the level of nutrition, the standard of living, and improve public health. Article 14. Organization of agriculture and animal husbandry. Article 48. Protection, improvement of environment, and safeguarding forest. Article 48A. And protection of monuments, places. Article 49. Article 40 talks about organization of villages into panchayats. Article 43, which talks about promotion of cottage industries and cooperative societies. Moving ahead in the presentation, we have a case of State of Madras versus Champakam Durai Rajan. The Supreme Court held that if a law contravenes the fundamental rights enshrined in the Constitution, then such law would be void. Hence, fundamental rights are at a higher pedestal than the directive principles of the state policy defined in the Constitution of India. Also, we have the Re-Kerala Education Bill. The court held that in case of conflict between fundamental rights and DPSP, then initially the principle of harmonious construction must be applied. The case of the Venkataram versus State of Madras, the court gave precedence to fundamental rights over DPSPs. Also, we have IC Golaknath versus and others versus State of Punjab and another. The court held that fundamental rights cannot be curtailed by an act of the parliament. Then is the 42nd Amendment. The scope of Article 31C was increased to give protection to all DPSPs enshrined in the Constitution. Then is the very important case of Keshwananda Bharti versus State of Kerala. The Supreme Court placed DPSP at a higher pedestal than fundamental rights. Also, we have the Minerva Mills versus Union of India. The court addressed the question of supremacy between fundamental rights and DPSP, held that a conflict between the two must be resolved harmoniously. Neither of them bears precedence over the other, they are complementary to in each other. Then we have Unni Krishnan versus State of Andhra Pradesh. The court opined that fundamental rights and directive principles are not exclusive of each other, hence should not be read in isolation. A major benefit of adopting complementing approach between FR and DPSP is Article 21 of the Constitution may be read in the light of DPSP in order to widen its scope include right to live with human dignity, right to enjoy pollution free water, air and environment. then right to health and social justice, then right to education, that is under Article 21A of the Constitution, then is the right to shelter, and then is the right to privacy. That's all for the presentation. Thank you and have a great day ahead.